Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Riftan Yasdi, a student of Telecommunication Engineering at Polytechnic Negeri Bandung. Today, I'm proud to present the result of my practical work titled Implementation of an End-to-End Data Pipeline, Database Deployment, ETL Process, and Data Visualization. I complete my internship at Neural Technologies, an IT consulting and technology solution firm located in South Jakarta, which specializes in telecommunication and enterprise resource planning. My internship period was from July 7 to December 5, 2025. During this time, I worked as database engineer, contributing to the sandbox unification and network data mart projects. My key responsibilities include building data pipeline using Apache NIV 1.24, managing database with DDL queries, and implementing the database clustering. We are currently in the big data era, where the telecommunication industry faces a massive explosion in the volume and velocity of data, ranging from transaction logs to geospatial IoT sensors. Conventional single server database struggle with this load. They suffer from low scalability, are vulnerable to downtime, and the process data slowly. To address this, we need the solution that offers horizontal scalability, high availability, and high-speed data processing. Here is the system architecture I deployed. It flows from left to right. Upstream, the ETL tool Apache NIV running on port 8443. The core at a database cluster using PostgreSQL combined with Citus for sharding and PG auto failover for redundancy. This cluster includes primary and secondary coordinator, a monitor node, and worker nodes. Downstream, the Metabase dashboard for visualization. Now I would like to deep dive into technical configuration of our ETL process using Apache NIV 1.24. This automate pipeline consists of three main phases: extract, transform, and load. First, the extract phase. We utilize the SFTP processor. As you can see, in the configuration properties, we targeted the host IP 1.192.168.75.146. We configured the remote part to /home/ubuntu/storage/metric signal and applied a file filter regex for signal metric.csv. To ensure we only pick up the relevant files. Following this, the fetch SFTP processor retrieves the actual content of this file using the $path/filename variable. Second, the transform phase. This is where the raw data is cleaned. We use the query record processor to run a SQL query on the flow file. In this query, we rename a column, for instance, mapping timestamp to date, and cache data types. We convert a string field like signal strength and data throughput into double precision for mathematical calculation. We also extract a substring from the timestamp to create dedicated date matrix and hour underscore matrix columns. Next, the update record standardize the value. We use a literal value strategy to reformat date strings into the standard year, month, and date format and normalize the network type naming. For example, converting LTE to 4G to maintain consistency. The third, the load pace. Finally, the put database record processor handle the insertion. It connects to our customized BGP connection pool service, which point to the primary coordinator node at IP 192.168.75.147. It executes insert statement to load the transform data directly into the database. Let's look at the significant transformation from the raw data to our destination table. The raw data, as seen in the bottom screenshot, the raw source is a simple CSV file. It lacks a structure, the timestamp is just a string, and there are no defined constraints. Querying this flat file directly for millions of rows would be extremely slow and inefficient. The destination file, in contrast, our destination table networks underscore data dot signal underscore matrix is highly optimized using the DL command. First, schema definition. We define strict data types such as timestamp for time and decimal for geospatial coordinates. Partitioning, we implement range partitioning on the date underscore matrix column. This means data is physically separated by day, which drastically speed up queries when filtering by date. Using the Citus extension, we distribute this table across 32 shards. This allows us to parallelize queries across our worker node. We also enable LZ4 columnar compression, which reduce storage costs and improve input-output performance. Moving on the visualization layer, we use Metabase to create comprehensive data dashboard. I will explain each component we built. First, table signal matrix. This tabular view provides the most granular level of detail. It allows an engineer to inspect the individual data points such as signal strength for a specific latitude and longitude, which is essential for detailed auditing. This chart shows the composition of our network traffic. We can clearly see the 4G is the dominant technology, accounting for 50.2% of the data, followed by 3G 25% and 5G 24.8%. This insight help us in resource allocation planning. And this KPI Go Gauge charts. These three Go Gauge provide an infant health check of the network. The signal strength average mean 90.7 dBm, which is good, while latency average 101.31 millisecond. It's mid or bad, I think, indicating a potential area for optimization. This time series graph track performance from May to June. The purple line represent latency and the orange lines the represent the throughput. It allows us to correlate network event over time. This is one of our most important analytic charts. The x-axis is latency and the y-axis is throughput. We observe a clear cluster on the left. High throughput only occurs when latency is low, under 60 milliseconds. As a latency to the right, throughput drops to near zero. This proves that latency reduction is critical for high-speed data. And this bar chart identify our trouble spot. The city of Danapur appears at the top of for both the highest latency and the lowest throughput. This actionable insight tells the field team exactly where to prioritize the maintenance. Here we compare 3G, 4G, and 5G directly. The line chart shows a dramatic drop in latency for 5G, confirming it offers the fastest response time. Simultaneously, the bar chart shows 5G delivers the highest throughput capacity. The color-coded table allowed for quick cross-analysis. Red cell indicate poor performance like 3G in certain cities. Finally, the geospatial heat map visually map this metric over the city of Patna, helping us distinguish areas with strong signal coverage versus dead zones. In conclusion, this project successfully demonstrates an end-to-end pipeline that functions seamlessly from raw data ingestion to final visualization. The ability to transform high-volume raw data into valuable business insight, and the successfully deployment of a database architecture that is both scalable and ensures high availability. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.